Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kayce's freedom in Yellowstone's ending was set up way back in the show's very first episode. Yellowstone offers Kayce, Luke Grimes, a poignant ending in which he finally achieves his freedom from the burden of caring for the Dutton Ranch, which was prepared for in the Neo-Western's pilot episode. The ending of the Yellowstone series finally wraps up the saga of the Dutton family after John's Kevin Costner murder. The final half of Season 5 begins with the revelation that John has been killed, his death staged to look as if he had done it to himself. It all ends by showing what happens to the main characters after they sell John's ranch. Kayce is instrumental both in the sale of the ranch and in learning what happened after discovering Yellowstone's John Dutton is dead. His violence toward the man behind the assassination is out of character, as Kayce threatens a child with a gun. However, he redeems himself by selling the ranch to Chief Rainwater, Gil Birmingham, at a low price so that Rainwater wouldn't have to pay heavy property taxes. This choice returns the land to the indigenous people and frees Kayce of the heavy task of protecting his father's legacy, causing him to cry tears of joy after the sale. Yellowstone Season 1 plunges Kayce into a web of secrets and lies that almost cost him both his freedom and his marriage. During the series' premiere episode, the Duttons go to war with Chief Rainwater over some livestock that both John and Rainwater claimed, leaving Kayce stuck in the middle because of his loyalty to both Monica's, Kelsey Asbill, family and his own. Kayce's attempt to protect Lee, Dave Annable, during a skirmish only makes everything worse, as Kayce doesn't want Monica to know he fatally shot her brother to try to save his. While Monica doesn't know the details of that night, she knows her husband is hiding something, which puts more pressure on him. Monica's belief that Kayce's association with the ranch is causing issues in their marriage is not entirely off base. Meanwhile, Kayce is desperate to escape the trap he was stuck in, which is ruining his life. He loses his freedom temporarily when he is arrested by the tribal authorities and his marriage almost unravels, making it clear where loyalty to John is taking him and starting a series-long quest to escape this fate. Throughout Yellowstone's run, Kayce can't reconcile his identity as a Dutton with his loyalty to the indigenous people he is related to via marriage. He is often a fierce advocate for the tribe's well-being and sometimes risks his life to help protect tribal members, such as when he acts as a vigilant to get justice for an indigenous girl who was kidnapped by two white men who came onto the reservation solely to hurt the people who lived there. However, the tribe does not fully trust him because of his allegiance to the Duttons. Kayce's decision to sell the ranch resolves this inner turmoil and external conflict. He gives up his father's legacy to the tribe, restoring the land to them in exchange for only a small portion where he and his family could live. This not only frees him from the burden of following John's path, but affirms that his loyalty is completely to the indigenous tribe. His connection to them is symbolized beautifully when he, Monica, and Moses brings plenty, all have the same vision of a wolf digging for food in their fields. Kayce and his family are now living on the East Camp property, which Chief Rainwater agrees to let them keep in exchange for buying the rest of the property for only $1.25 per acre. The shared vision of the wolf suggests that Kayce is on the right path and that the land has been blessed by the spirits of the animals who once roamed the area. He also chooses to reject Rip's Colhauser offer of taking the Yellowstone sign to hang over his property, further cementing the idea that he plans to dissociate completely from John's ideas for his life. While Kayce is in a good place, he may need more help working the land than he admits. Rip offers to help if Kayce finds that making a living on his property is too hard to do by himself. Thus, there could still be stories for Yellowstone or its sequel to tell about Kayce's new quest to learn how to live on the land. He might also need to figure out how to accept help from Beth, Kelly Rayleigh, and Rip without falling back into shady behavior that leaves him trapped in a web of lies. The epic saga of Yellowstone, created by Taylor Sheridan, has captivated audiences with its sweeping vistas, intense family drama, and philosophical explorations of loyalty, legacy, and the pull of the land. Central to this narrative is Kayce Dutton, the prodigal son of John Dutton, whose journey from outcast to pivotal figure in the family's battle for survival is as poignant as it is tumultuous. While the show's final moments suggest a hard-won freedom for Kayce, a close examination reveals that his liberation was seeded way back in the show's very first episode. From his introduction, Kayce is portrayed as a man caught between worlds. The opening scenes of Yellowstone show him living off the Dutton Ranch, seemingly at peace with his wife Monica and their son Tate on the Broken Rock Indian Reservation. However, the tranquility is short-lived, as his father's unrelenting control over the Dutton Empire casts a long shadow over Kayce's life. This initial conflict between Kayce's desire for a simpler existence and his father's expectation that he uphold the family's legacy sets the stage for his entire arc. In the very first episode, Kayce's dual identity as both a Dutton and an outsider is underscored during the violent land dispute that defines the series' inciting incident. John Dutton, stoic and uncompromising, is deeply entrenched in his role as the patriarch of the largest contiguous ranch in the United States. His children, Beth, Jamie, and Kayce, are each uniquely burdened by this legacy. For Kayce, this means grappling with his estrangement from the family and the weight of his past as a Navy SEAL, a past marked by trauma and moral ambiguity. Kayce's connection to Monica and her heritage is pivotal. Through their relationship, Yellowstone explores the deep-seated tensions between the Duttons and the Broken Rock community. Monica's mistrust of John Dutton and the ranch's exploitative history mirrors Kayce's inner conflict. While Kayce's marriage offers him a chance to forge a new path, it also complicates his efforts to escape his family's influence. This duality is a key theme of Yellowstone, and it is established with subtle but deliberate strokes in the pilot episode. Taylor Sheridan's storytelling is meticulous, and the seeds of Kayce's ultimate freedom are planted early through his unique relationship with the land itself. Unlike his siblings who are driven by ambition, Beth, or duty, Jamie, Kayce exhibits a spiritual connection to the land that transcends the materialistic motivations of the ranch. This connection is symbolized by the wolf, a recurring motif throughout the series. In the first episode, Kayce's role as a protector, both of his family and the natural world, is hinted at, foreshadowing his eventual journey towards self-discovery and autonomy. As the series progresses, Kayce's arc is defined by his struggle to reconcile his Dutton heritage with his desire for independence. He frequently finds himself drawn back into the family's conflicts, often at great personal cost. This tension reaches a boiling point in Season 2, when Kayce assumes the role of livestock commissioner, a position that forces him to navigate the murky waters of morality and power. While this role binds him more tightly to the Dutton legacy, it also exposes him to the corrosive influence of his father's worldview, further fueling his desire to break free. One of the most poignant moments in Yellowstone's early episodes occurs when Kayce is faced with the consequences of his actions as a Navy SEAL. Haunted by the ghosts of his past, he begins to question the morality of the choices he has made, both in service to his country and in defense of his family. This introspection is key to understanding his eventual liberation. Unlike John, who is resolute in his belief that the ends justify the means, Kayce begins to grapple with the ethical dilemmas inherent in his family's way of life.